Welcome back to this Go programming series. In this video we explore variables and data type. To declare a variable in Go, we type var, then the name of the variable, followed by its type. So for example, animal1 string equals cat. You can also create a variable without specifying the type. Go will then infer the type. Var animal2 equals dog. If we hover over the variables, we can see the types. So for animal1 is a string, and for animal2 is also a string. There is also a shorthand way to declare variables in Go. This can only be used in function. If you're outside a function, you have to use var instead. And the shorthand way, it looks like this. Animal3, and then you write colon equal, for example, monkey. You can also skip giving the variable a value, and Go will give it a default value. For strings, Go will assign an empty string as a value. So, for example, var animal4, and then we say it's a string, animal4 equals lion. When changing a value of a variable, you can only change it to the same type. We cannot write animal4 equals 10. That will give us an error. It's going to say cannot use 10 as a string value. Every variable we don't assign a value, Go will assign it a default value. Let's see here. Var default num int, and then we can type var default bool var default string, and let's see what we get when we print out these variables. fmt print line animal1 animal2 3 4, and let's also print the variables that we didn't assign any value. So fmt print line default num bool string, and then open up a terminal and run it. Go run main.go. Animal1 is cat, animal2 is dog, animal3 monkey, and animal4 is lion. And for the default values, for an integer, Go will assign 0, for boolean it will assign false, and for a string it will assign an empty string. Go has something called a variable declaration block, which lets you declare multiple variables together using a single var keyword followed by parentheses. Let's see how it looks like. Var parentheses, and then for example name string, we set that equals to John, age int equals 30, address string equals 123 Go Street, fmt print line name age address. This is a neat way to group and initialize several variables at once, making your code cleaner and more organized. If we run this, go run main.go, and you'll see John 30 123 Go Street. Go has something called constants, and they are fixed values that you define with the const keyword, and those cannot be changed after they are set. Const pi equals 3.14, const port equal 1337. So if I try to change this, I will get an error. Pi equals, let's say 5. Let's move on with the basic data types in Go. We can start with the int type. The way we use numbers can be split into two main groups, those that can be negative and those that can't. Each type of a number also have different sizes. Let's start with signed integers, numbers that can be negative. So we have int8, int16, int32, int64, and just int. We also have something called unsigned integers. That means they can only be positive. So we have uint8, uint16, uint32, uint64, and uint. In Go, the size of int and uint type is automatically optimized to match the architecture of your computer, either 32-bit or 64-bit. Let's create 4 number variables with different types. So var num1, and we set that to be an int, and let's say 1992. Var num2, and let's set it to int64 and give it a value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Var num3, set it to int8 and give it a value of 128, and then var num4 uint equal minus 100. Do you see anything wrong with these variables? For num3, because it's a int8, the value is too big. The maximum value it can have is 127. And uint gives us an error because it's a minus value, and that's not allowed. In case you're wondering when you should use what type, in most situations you should just use the int type, unless you have a very specific reason to use any of the other types. Let's move on to another type. It's called float type. In Go, floating point number are used to handle decimals and fractions. There are 2 main types. We have float 32 and float 64. They will look something like this. Var amount 1 float 32 equals 99.84 var amount 2 float 64 equals 109.5, and then you can also use the shorthand operator, so amount 3, and set that equal to, for example, 56.7433. Floats are essential for representing numbers that aren't whole, like measurements, currency, values, or percentages. Using float 64 in Go is preferred because it's more accurate for numbers with decimals and helps avoid mistakes in calculations. It's a safer choice for most tasks, especially since the extra memory usage is usually not a concern. Also, when you use the shorthand operator, Go will set it to be float 64 automatically, as we can see when we hover over it. Another type we have in Go is boolean. It's a simple type that holds only 2 values, true or false. Var is true, bool equal true, is false equal false. We can use it to make decisions in our code, like checking conditions or controlling programming flow with if statement. We also have byte and runes, but they are basically just alias that provides clearer and more descriptive naming for existing types. We also have something called a complex type. It's useful for performing complex arithmetic operations. In this tutorial, we learned about different types in Go, like strings, integers, floats, and booleans. We also talked about variables, how to use and declare them. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one.